what's up, y'all? We're gonna call this a mental health Monday, because well, it's Monday. I don't know when this will come out, but and I'm gonna do a quick mental health talk. Seems like that's a popular topic, and it's something that's near and dear to me because I just got done dealing with a lot of mental health bullshit. I want to apologize to everybody because I've been a judgmental prick about mental health. I've been one of those guys who was like, well, I don't understand what's wrong with him, or I don't understand what's wrong with her. Like, you know, they got life going awesome. Well, what do they have to be upset about? And never looked at people as to what was causing them issues until I had some issues of my own, which I'll share with you. Having people around you to support you and having people around you who are willing to help you is super important. And admitting that you need help and you got an issue. I've been blessed my whole life. Never had mental health issues. Never had really battled depression, anxiety, none of that until just recently. Right before my kidney stone surgery, I started having some anxiety attacks and some, like panic attacks type things that I've never had before. And then after my surgery, you know, everybody told me, man, this is a routine procedure. It's a routine surgery. There's nothing to it. It's real simple. It's real easy, man. You're gonna be just fine. You know, don't worry about this. Oh, okay, no big deal. Well, I got done with my procedure, and of course, the stent I told you guys, it caused my blood pressure to rise. It caused all kind of stuff. I mean, I was having anxiety issues. I was having like all kind of stuff happen that I'm not used to have happen to me. I didn't know what to do about it. It really messed with me because I'm not, like I said, I mean, I'm a high energy, high strung guy, but I'm not the kind of person who, you know, I've never had anxiety. I'm going to go in here and run this errand real quick and be right back, and we'll finish this conversation. Back to the subject at hand. Went through my surgery and noticed immediately that I was having anxiety. Wasn't sure what it was at first, just because when you've never had anxiety, like, I mean, I knew that I was having trouble sleeping, like working nights, and man, I was sleeping maybe 3 hours. I normally sleep like 6 hours on work nights, maybe even 7 sometimes. I was sleeping like 3 hours, 4 hours if I was lucky. And just having pure hell, and I was caught myself being worried about stuff that I never worry about. I caught myself being anxious about all kinds of things that I just don't get anxious about. I'm just not that kind of a guy. I'm just not the kind of person who gets anxious or gets upset about things normally, right? Now I was, and I had no idea why. So, went and saw my primary care and got some medications supposed to help that and stuff. It got a little bit better, and then I started having all this stuff happen because of the stent that I had. Physical stuff, like, you know, I'm sure everybody wants to hear me talk about piss and blood and being in pain, and the things that help me de-stress and get my mental health right, like riding my motorcycle, I just couldn't do those things. I couldn't ride my bike because when I rode more than 30, 40 miles, man, it caused me a lot of discomfort and a lot of pain. So the thing that I love doing, one of the things I love doing the most, I couldn't do. The other thing that I noticed that it really caused me to have issues with is I didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to do this YouTube channel. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to be funny. I didn't feel like doing funny intro. I didn't laugh very much. People that I work with and close friends noticed something was going on with me. I had people that, like, I was involved in group chats and stuff, and I just wasn't participating because I didn't want to. I didn't feel like talking to people. I didn't feel like being around people. Everything that I did was a struggle. It was a struggle for me to, like, be Smitty. And it just sounds weird to even say that. But it was a struggle for me to be me. It was a struggle to have joy. I hate to say it like that, but it was. I had people text me, man, are you mad at me? Is something okay? You're not talking, you're not. And I'm like, I kept thinking, what the fuck is wrong with them, man? Why are they tripping on me, you know? And then I realized my dad, who's like one of my biggest supporters and one of my biggest fans and one of the people that has always been there for me. My father was like, son, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I'm just battling this little anxiety stuff. And he goes, well, I'm really hoping that you get back to being you. And I was like, what? And my dad, you know, of all people, my father, was like, you know, he just said, son, he said, I'm ready to hear you laugh and be funny again and be yourself, because right now you're not being you. He's like, when we talk to you, you're not the same person. He said, you don't sound like you. You're not acting like you. And man, it kind of slapped me in the face, and it made me realize, because there's people who did not understand or realize what I was going through, and I didn't either. So like, there was times where people were like, what the fuck, man, you're not talking to me, you're not. I didn't feel like getting involved with anybody, I didn't feel like meeting people, I didn't feel like going out. I wanted to stay home. I didn't want to go to work. When I went to work, man, I'd get anxious and upset over the slightest thing. I just felt fucked up, and people didn't understand that. You know, what the fuck's up with you? I can't even explain it. It's like, you know, I wasn't me. I wasn't acting like me. I didn't feel like me. I didn't feel good about being me. I just was struggling. And man, there was people who were, I really like took it fucking personal, like I was not wanting to be around them or whatever. And it wasn't that at all. It's just, I didn't, until about the last, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks, I have not felt like myself. And it's difficult to sit there and act like everything's fine when everything's not. And then I got the stent removed, and about 4 or 5 days after the stent removed, I was riding, and I was like, oh my God, I'm able to ride and not be in pain and not hurt. And I didn't, you know, I didn't really, the anxiety kind of started going away. I didn't have it. It wasn't there all the time like it was before. So I really think my body had a physical reaction to the stent, and I had a mental reaction. And my mental reaction was, I just got crazy ass high anxiety that I'm not battling it like I was. I can feel it come up every once in a while about something, and man, I'll just like chill out, breathe, and I'm good to go. You know, you can have everything going for you and still battle and struggle. And man, I'm telling you, that is exactly what was going on with me. I have a great life. I have an amazing wife, amazing kids. My job stresses me the fuck out just because of, you know, the amount of time I have to work. But, you know, beyond that, man, everything's fucking awesome. I owe an apology to, like, a lot of people. I've talked shit and been an ass when I didn't need to be. I've never understood how it felt. And now that I know how it feels, and I've been through it, I can tell you right now, wouldn't wish mental shit on my worst enemy. I'm very glad that I feel like I've come out of it, or that I'm doing better with it than I was, because, man, it was pure hell. Oh, I wasn't in the mood to joke and laugh. I wasn't in the mood for people to make fun of what I was going through, because I was real sensitive about it. But I will say that, you know, be careful of what you say and do when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, because what happens is that you're upset and frustrated dealing with things, and you start acting in ways that you wouldn't normally act, and people don't know how to take that, and they don't really understand what you're going through because they're not going through it, and they're not used to seeing you act that way. So they are like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? And it hurt some friendships of mine, and I put that on me, which is fine. You know, I hurt some friendships because of my attitudes and the way I was doing, because I just didn't want to tell people what I was going through. I was going through fucking mental anguish and feeling horrible, and I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want everybody under the sun knowing what I was going through. I just felt like, you know, I'm going to handle this, and I'm going to deal with this, and fuck this, you know. And man, I should have reached out and got some help and done some things. Now I'm smart enough that I have reached out and gotten help, and I got things under control and dealing with them. But it's a situation that a lot of people deal with mental health issues, and they don't want to tell anybody, and they don't want to talk to anybody, and they don't want to get help because they think they can fix it themselves. And I'm the first one to fucking tell you that's a bad idea. Not getting help and not telling somebody and not doing what you need to do to get help is not good for you. Man, it took me some time to get to a point where I said, I'm gonna get some help, or I'm gonna talk to somebody, or I'm gonna try to get some medication or whatever to help me, because, you know, I hate taking meds, because I hate side effects and bullshit. So Now I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. So I'd say to you, if you're having issues, get help, talk to somebody. You know, my advice would be, if you have people in your life that don't really understand what's going on, try to explain to them, hey man, this is what I'm going through. Because if you hide it and you don't let people know, then I promise you it's not going to get any better. You're going to wind up having issues with friends and friendship. I apologize to anyone out there that's dealt with mental health issues, because I guarantee you I have not been very supportive of friends and family. You know, I talked to people who had the exact same surgery as me or had other surgeries who were like, yeah man, when I got done with my surgery, I had all kinds of hell and all kinds of problems, and it was a basic surgery that everybody said wouldn't be a big deal, I should be fine. And I have a family member who had the same stent as me, and he had all kinds of hell. He was very sick, all kinds of issues. I talked to another person that I know very well who had knee replacement surgery. And she was telling me that after her knee replacement that she got extreme depression and anxiety and all these kind of things going on, that she didn't understand exactly what was happening to her. You know, basically now, after having gone through what I've gone through and talking to other people and just listening to them and having people tell me that they had people tell them, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine. When you have people tell you, man, there's nothing wrong with you and you're fine, and you really don't feel fine, it fucking sucks. So be around, make sure that you get around people that are going to support you and going to help you, and go get help. If you need help, go get help. I have been through some shit lately, and I really have a better understanding of trying to be sympathetic to what people are going through, because that whole thing of where you hear people say that, you know, everybody's fighting a battle that you know nothing about. I didn't appreciate that until it happened to me. Hey, y'all, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon so you get notifications when the shit show gets rolling. Not something I normally talk about. Mental health is not something that I normally speak on. It's not something I normally throw out there, but something that I dealt with recently. I wish I could sit here and tell you that I handled it the right way, or that I didn't have issues. I did. To the people I worked with, my friends and family, hey, I'm sorry. I was just in a fucked up spot. I didn't want to be around anybody or talk to anybody. I didn't want to do this. I just flat out didn't want to record. I didn't fight anything. I just was dealing with some shit, and you know, I feel much better now. I feel like I'm over it now, but I also feel like there's plenty of people not wanting to talk about this shit. You need to be able to speak to somebody and talk to somebody and get help when you need help, and hope that anybody listening to this will, if you need help, get help, man. I had to. I'll openly admit to you, didn't have a choice. Had to do some things that I wasn't really comfortable doing, but it's worked out for the best. I'm back to being Big Smitty again. I'm back to feeling like myself and doing things. So I appreciate everybody's support. Hopefully videos will start coming out with a more regular basis. But hey, I'm hopefully back a little more consistently, and I really appreciate you guys. Today it's Halloween today. Happy Halloween. I don't know if this will come out on Halloween, but it's Halloween, so I hope you guys have a great day. I want to say, you guys, thanks for watching. I want you guys to have a great day. Let's try not to be assholes to each other, and I'll see y'all next time.